It's that guy who's a bucket of sunshine, a rainbow of love, and a happy fairy tale. His heart's full of love, wonder, and whimsy. Mr. Chimpo can never fail. Laughing and learning, sharing and judging. Mr. Chimpo will make you scream in pain. All will worship at his feet or suffer. The blood of innocence shall fuel his reign. Ha 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 ha! Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Mr. Chimpo. And today, Bendis is coming! Now listen as my pitiful human slave tells us more. Thanks, Robert. The sentiment in the air within the comic book industry at the most recent major shakeup within the big two companies is finally coming to fruition. Brian Michael Bendis, creator of Jessica Jones, Miles Morales, and the writer of Marvel for well over a decade, has left the company to begin writing at DC Comics. This move is a major one within the comic book industry, and among fans, excitement is building. By slowly increasing sensation, tension, and arousal, the excitement has reached a boiling point. Bendis has been working hard, pumping away to push himself off in towards a solid start with DC. With all this throbbing arousal, it seems like payoff is at long last on its way. Bendis is coming, and he's coming hard with a relaunch of the Superman series, kicking things off with a #1 following the landmark publication of Action Comics number 1000. Everyone is excited to see Bendis come all over the fan community with his new creation. Even industry insiders can barely conceal their own excitement, while fans are having a hard time sitting on the edge of release. So that's it? Just a bunch of horrible, immature, and lazy innuendo? Look, no, you listen, you idiot. No one cares about stupid innuendo. Why are you arguing with me on camera right now? You're embarrassing both of us. I just hate how dumb you are.
It's funny.
Dumb.
Well, you're stupid. No, you just made it stuff.
Alright, fine. God damn it. Talk about Bendis. Was announced a while ago that he was leaving Marvel and moving on to DC. And I've talked about it here and there in little offhanded comments and various videos along the lines at this point, but I thought I'd make a whole little video talking about my exact feelings of it. Jokes aside, it's a pretty interesting move. Bendis is one of the most prolific writers in all of modern Marvel. So for him to leave and get up in this company in the general history of comic book writing and writers shifting between the companies, it's happened, but it's still a pretty big move throughout the whole history of it, considering how long Bendis has been with Marvel and how much he's influenced the modern age of those comics. But I think it was a good idea. Outside of Spider-Man, a lot of Bendis titles were starting to feel a little stale. Add Jessica Jones to that exception as well, and a couple other titles. He did a really good job on Old Man Logan when he did that during Secret Wars, for example. But the overall trajectory, when you look at his X-Men stuff, or how he did a lot of events, he was getting a little predictable and stale. And I think changing companies and jumping to a whole new franchise, even if it's still superhero stuff, it'll be different enough for him that it should be really energizing creatively. So on that tone, we should be excited, and on that idea, we should be very hopeful for what he has going forward. I'm sure there's going to be some concerns about relaunching Superman to accommodate this, but I think that's a really good idea and that they should totally do it. There's a couple things to remember in that. First, Marvel is not DC, so DC hasn't renumbered themselves a billion times over the last 5 years. It's not that this would be the third time they've renumbered Superman in like 5 years. And to be honest, each time they've done it, it makes a lot of sense. The first time was for the New 52, which is a pretty sizable reboot. The second time was for Rebirth, which was a strong change in tone and storytelling, especially in terms of Superman comics. And now it's for Bendis, and that's going to be another big shift just in terms of creators. And I think after we have big long runs with a creator, if a new creator comes in and wants to restart the numbering, that makes sense to me. It's easier for people to follow, it's something they can understand, and Bendis will presumably start his own mythology. Now, he absolutely cannot abandon some of the good stuff we've gotten out of Superman thus far. Most specifically, John, Lois, but even little things like having a heroic Lex Luthor, and some of the other little characters that have been involved in Superman's life now, like Lana Lang and that sort of stuff. That being said, everything I've just mentioned, it's the perfect recipe for the kind of stuff that Bendis is good at writing. Lots of different characters, strong character-based writing. John and a heroic Lex Luthor are really two characters I think Bendis would be really good at working with. And Superman just feels like an ideal character for him. I think he could tell good stories with Batman, but I question how good Bendis as a long-term Batman writer. There's a lot of other DC characters he could be really good at. The Titans or Teen Titans, for example. Booster Gold and other weird characters like that. And I really want to see Bendis create some new characters for DC as well. But I think that's all happening, and it's going to be awesome when it does. So, stay tuned for that. Definitely get hyped for Action Comics number 1000, because that's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of event that we should all be really excited about. Tom King posted his entire piece within Action Comics 1000, because of course it's going to be an anthology with lots of different big names and creators involved in the whole thing. And Tom King's part was awesome, and he did that with Clay Mann, I think. And they both did a really good job at the art of it all, and just telling a memorable and interesting Superman story. And we're going to get a lot of that in Action Comics number 1000 for sure. Now that brings us to the last point I wanted to bring up, which is he going to change things? Is something big happening with Superman that's going to shift things somehow going forward? I don't know. Could be. They always are planning something. But as long as they keep what's good about Superman right now, which is this whole family dynamic, giving it a strong, positive sense of purpose and drive, then we're fine. We can do anything. It can be anything. So I have reasonable amount of optimism that Bendis will be able to achieve the momentum that Superman comics have had so far in Rebirth. And it's an exciting time. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of it all in the comments section below. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Do you have reasons to doubt? Like, Bendis isn't perfect. We should be real about that. Perfectly possible this could all go horribly wrong, but no, I think it'll work out. So yeah. Please feel free to share your opinion in the comments section below. Otherwise, if you like Comic Island, you can check out our Patreon page in the video description below. There's lots of fun perks you get for supporting us. And finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.